Hi there, I'm Allie Elliott.
Good morning, I'm Allie Elliott at an unusually early stream today because my deadline is at noon. So I've got everything turned in with the exception of this one in front of me that I'm going to work on and make some big changes to today. And then kind of last minute, and like super last minute, I've got this one straight out of the camera that I think I'm going to work on and maybe get in there. We've got about 2 hours left before it's too late. And this is the last smaller competition that I've got before I go into my district competition, which is a case of 4 photographic open, a case of 4 master artist. And I'll show you my case just one more time in case you're new to following. These are the ones that I entered. So I'm gonna show you these because then they're in a little bit of a better order. These are photographic open entries. 1, 2, I'll give you the titles too. Break and Stitch 1, Dance of the Sugar Plum Kitties 2, Don't Wake Me 3, Frozen in Motion 4, Then Sings My Soul 5, and then we're on to Master Artist. This is 21 Came Before Me, number 1. Number 2 is Build a Ladder to the Moon. It saw some extensive changes since the last competition. Home for the Holidays, number 3. So You'll Remember, number 4. And then we are going to add Focused in Faith, number 5. And then possibly this into... It's just going to come down to time. So I've got just cell phone pictures. I want to change the angle of this TV. So I'm going to just take that one out. The plan was to add some knobs just to make it look more TV-like. And there just isn't time. So I'm going to add some more distractions to kind of tell the story. So I've got some more electronics, those kinds of things that I'm going to lay out in the floor behind him in the dark, into the shadows, and you just get a little glimpse. Hopefully enough of a glimpse to tell what's going on, to tell a part of the story. But I've really kind of made it difficult on myself because, you know, I'm down to the wire and I'm not going to be able to reshoot other than these are just cell phone pictures, which that's fine for master artists. That's fine because they're not judging the photographic element. You can use images that aren't yours. I never do that just because I'm a control freak. So here we go. And make sure my mic's on, recording is going, and we will get this party started. Oh, another thing, that's what I was thinking of. I was trying to think if I have an image of white noise anywhere, or if that's something that I think I can just create it. I might grab one to look at, but I think we can just whip that up in Photoshop real quick. I'm gonna start just grabbing this. I wanted a different angle of the TV, and it was easier to just reshoot than it would be to adjust that one all that much, because that one wasn't that impressive. Where are we at here? Now I've got to move this way up to the... Okay, so you can see the angle still isn't quite there yet. And let's see if we can just play with this. Because that is a really dramatic still big. I want the whole thing to show. And you want it to follow the perspective of the walls, of the floor, of everything else in the room. So we're getting there. And it's hard not to want to skip ahead because there are so many things that need to be done. And this is really not like me. I feel like I've said that a lot lately. But it's not like me at all to leave it till the last minute. And yet, here we are. This is the first year. Well, no, okay, I take that back. Last year was the first year that I entered anything other than IPC, the International Photographic Competition for PPA, and districts, the PPA district competitions, because if your image gets an 80 or above at district competition, it seals, and if you don't break the seal, then you're already earning a merit at IPC. So you kind of get 2 shots there to earn merits for the year. And with the merits, I have earned a Master of Photography degree, a Craftsman degree, I'm a CPP. That doesn't have anything to do with the merits exactly, but it has to do with your continuing education and all that good stuff. So I cut a big chunk of that out. I'll have to go back in and fix that. So if I am cutting corners because I waited too long, then doing it now doesn't even really matter. So I've got to get in my headspace where I'm okay not entering if it means I'm entering something less than the standard that I have set for myself. And that's a bitter pill to swallow. I want to get these in there, so we'll just have to wait and see if this is going to happen today. I cut a big old chunk of the TV off right here, so we'll just bring it back. This is going to be so dark, it really shouldn't matter that much, but just in case. Oh, and you can see I'm off. These little bright spots gotta go. It's kind of like my mom would say, she would have said wee wad. It's just kind of off. Nope, that got a little crazy. Let's go back. All right. I am a morning person, so this isn't that early for me, but I know that most of the world is not. I've been up since 5. And I'm on the East Coast, so. Okay, let's just get this right. I can feel myself starting to cut corners, and that's not good. And I'm going to go darker with this. I'm just going to err on the side of darker because this whole portion is going to be, the whole image really is small, but this portion in particular is going to be small because it's not hugely vital to the story, but it is a part of it. And you definitely don't want anything that's going to distract from the real purpose of the story. So I'm going to go ahead and treat it as I treat everything. I'm going to sharpen it. I'm pretty sure that's pretty sharp though. I don't know that we needed that much. But this is, again, not the focus. So the main thing that we want to do is not distract from the focus. You don't want to have something, crazy, unimportant being a part of your image, because that's just going to distract from what you want to do, the story that you want to tell. TV go? Okay, phew, it's gonna take some work. All right, so I want to put a layer in front of this. Before I do that though, I want to work on the angle just a tiny bit. It's just not quite. Let's bring it camera right towards us just a little bit. There we go. I'm gonna wish I had left it alone, I'm afraid. Ooh. So I'm gonna make this just black because all I wanna do is take the reflection that was in the real TV out. And then I've got to make sure that I forget what I was gonna say. Whatever. No, why is that so big? Okay, let's. Let's do, wait, I don't know if this will work with nothing on it, but we'll try. So let's render clouds. There we go. And then I'm going to do anything? I don't think it did anything. Okay. Let's see. Let's try. Oh, it's thinking. I made it big. Now it's thinking. All right. Now we just gotta wait it out. Oh, that's not good. This is why you don't want to leave it to the last. Hour and a half, 2 hours. 2 hours, I've got 2 hours. That's plenty of time. I could edit 2 sessions in 2 hours. There it goes. All right, now we just take that back. And let's blur. Let's do So what I might check before I start doing work on all the edging of the TV, the new TV, I might just see if we can fix the old TV after all, stretch it, manipulate it, because we can at least check that a lot faster than it's gonna be to trim up those edges and clean up the directional lighting, because the TV was off, as was the original, and you wanna create that glow. And to create an even glow, then you've got to get rid of, and I want this almost like a, okay, wait, here's what I want to do. I want to flatten this and then duplicate. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to flatten this and use it. And then let's just merge those. and rename this new TV. And then let's go back to our old TV. Let's hide new TV, go back to old TV. Ooh, yeah, that's probably not gonna work. Shoot. Which is why I reshot it anyway. But I like that you can't tell what's on it, which is really what I want. Maybe we can make this work. There's like there's weirdness going on back there now, so I'm just gonna delete. It's a lot of black, and I want to get rid of any hard lines. Okay. But keep that gradient, which we'll have to see. There's something you can see in the preview down there. Okay, I guess I've got to okay, let's work on this perspective. Okay. Never mind. Let's do it like this. I'm kind of feeling panicky a little bit. I went ahead and entered everything else because I was afraid that this wasn't gonna happen. Okay, that's a good perspective. And then I don't even see what's there, but there's something there. So let's see if that worked. Okay, that'll do. Okay, let's see here. Now, we've kind of got like a lighter in the middle that I think is good because it lends itself well to the window, like maybe a reflection. So let's get, that's huge. That's why it took so long. I think this makes sense with the story, and it adds a little more, you know, his focus needs to be clear because of all the white noise, so it's symbolic too. All right, I'm gonna move it up and then play with the perspective here. There we go. So now, where's my old TV? There we go. So I don't know if so I'd like a nice sharp line. Here. And then straight, but maybe with a little wiggle room. And I'm gonna darken that a little bit just so that it's the higher contrast, but I'm going to take the opacity down a little. And then I think let's toy with colorizing it a little bit, because it needs to make sense for that kind of white blue. It is hard to see what that is. Let's merge these two. Let's see, what do I have that has knobs on it that we could make work? We didn't end up using this one actually, so I'm going to take that out, and then let's see if this is going to be a good addition. And just ignore the fact that my kids had a giant mess in the basement. So we'll do that, and then we'll play with perspective a little bit. In these master artist images, perspective is so important. It really, it's one of those things to always check when something feels off and you can't quite place it. So it's not even really going to matter, but it's just habit that I need to do the same. So I shot it trying to, I'm actually not going to touch the contrast yet. Trying to make it so that I could use this part of the wood a little bit. Let's see what's going on. Nothing. Okay, so this doesn't have to be perfection like I would normally want it to be because of our time scenario. But I'm kind of mad at myself for putting myself in this position too. Whoops, did I just go right through that? Might have. So I just have to be prepared that this might not end up making it in. I don't want to enter something subpar. So since I just took off part of that, I have to make sure I don't move it and then leave half. And I'm gonna play with the color a little bit. We might end up taking these out. I just don't see, I think it'll be one of those things where you notice it and then you're drawn to it trying to figure out what it is, and that is not what you want in a storytelling image for sure. and it's got a weird perspective shift. I think I'm gonna leave it off for now. If part of the story is still missing in this competition, if the judges feel like it's just not quite there, then we can toy around with it. I think the white noise, so this is just as a reminder, this is what we entered last time. I'm taking you guys down with me. This is super simple. So we are changing it up a little bit as it was in, 79, 79, 79. Most consistent score in the universe has been me in 79s this year, which is 1 point away from what you want. And truly, I need it to be a whole lot more than that to be where I'm pleased with it. So, okay, I think that's just old. So, let's move. What did I just move? Okay, good there. Yeah, okay. So, this is my main subject. So I'm going to take everything else and flatten it. Actually, I'm going to duplicate this first. And then I can take everything else and merge them. And you can see this is where we were at, and here's where we are now. And now I can duplicate this again. And I'm going to save this as a different version because it's a pretty significant change from where we were last time. Now I've got everything on here except for him, and I'm going to play around with the brightness and the contrast because I want it a little bit darker. But I want you to be able to see okay, I wonder, let's go back to this. I undid it already. And I'm going to darken this especially. And then darken this side too. Because I was never going to get those walls as dark as they needed to be. And now I need to go to, where are we at here? That's the floor. Okay, I'm pretty happy with the floor, and that's the shelving. Okay, so I want to get to the shelving, and I'm going to burn so that it blends. Because actually, from a lighting perspective, it would be lighter up closer to the window than it would be back here. So we're just burning like crazy. And since we're doing a really dramatic burn here, I might just bump the whole thing down a little. What do we think? Should I try it? I really liked the simplicity of the original, so I just wanted to add like an illusion of perspective and space and play with the light a little bit more. So let's do this. And here we are. Okay. Now we've got an hour and whoops. No, I don't want to replace that. too many versions of everything on my computer. Okay, so what I want to do here I think I'm gonna leave it alone. And we'll save this as a JPEG. And save this as new. And then I'm gonna get rid of these. We didn't end up using that. And that was created, so I don't necessarily need to show a guide image because the guide was nothing. Okay. So I'm going to add a new layer in between and make sure that I don't have any ghosts of the old image laying around. And I'm gonna highlight everything down to my guides. And back up so I can see the whole thing. Okay, and I'm going to put a stroke on this. Do that and do a 3-point stroke because there's just sections that weren't really coming through. Okay, and that's that. I'm gonna try one thing here. Nope, I'm gonna leave it alone. Come on. Okay, focused in faith. New. Okay. Oh. Here we go, new matted. So I'm going to get rid of this because we're done there, and then I'm going to resize it at 4,000 pixels to be entered. So the long side 4,000, the crop ratio is locked, 300 resolution, and then it needs to be saved as JPEG 10. So I'm going to pop this into wait a second. I'm gonna go back because I didn't save this in the right folder. I want to save it in the IPPG folder because I want each folder to represent what was actually entered in each competition. So I can see which order the competitions were in, and then I can see the changes that I made between each one and how the scores were affected. And now I'm going to go back in and do the exact same thing because I want to save a full resolution copy, and then I want to save the compressed version that was actually entered. And then I can go back. It's rare that I need to, or it's rare that I even want to, but and these are to be saved as image 1, image 2, or whatever. Since it's unlimited entries, then I'm image 10. And we're all set. So I'll be curious to see if we can crack the old 79 curse that this one has been under for a while. Okay, so now This is kind of a last minute entry. I just am not settled on my case for open. So right now, this one I expected to cut. I didn't expect it to do well at all, and it has done very well. It's done better than my others. Not very well. It's done better than my others at the other competitions. So it got pulled back in, reworked, tweaked, that kind of thing. Broken and Stitch is here. Sugar Plum Kitties did okay. It's had a mediocre showing. So we added more cats. And we'll see if that speaks to anybody. Don't Wake Me went from a full body shot with a lot of space and a lot of grade tones now to what you see here. And I really like it, and it didn't seem to connect. So we'll see if we're onto something or if this one just isn't gonna do it. This one was another that I expected to cut, and it did better than others that I expected to do well. So we did a new crop, very minimal changes here, and we'll see. And actually, I wonder if I should pull this up a little bit. And then Sings My Soul is another one that I love that is not hitting home with the judges. I know that I'm struggling with the color here. I'm colorblind. But I have checked as much as I can. There's some color shifting, and that's where I struggle most, was with color shifting, because you can't make sweeping changes when there's a gradient easily. You can do anything. But anyway, I'm not giving up on this one yet. I think there's potential there. Very small tweaks for 21 Came Before Me, and this was a pretty major change. I added a lot of ladder. I made it significantly longer. I'm hoping that the story is gonna come through, but I don't know. Sometimes you just don't know what's gonna hit home. I actually have too many images, so I don't want to pour a lot of time into ones that may or may not even make it. This one only went to one competition so far because I wasn't done with it, and it gave a slightly above average score. So there was no discussion. So really what I'm hoping out of this is some discussion to see what I can change. And then this one started out as intending to be a photograph open image, and I just kept adding stuff. That's what I do. I complicate things. And this is where we're at now, and it's gotten not a real warm reception from the judges, but I haven't gotten a ton of feedback, and I had technical things that I needed to work on, perspective shifts and lighting that needed to change. So I think I've made the changes that needed to be made. So I'm hoping to get more feedback, because I don't know that it has the emotional pop that I intended it to have, that I want it to have. It looked like I was playing flute. Anyway, I'm distracted in the morning. And then this one that we just worked on, you know, looking at it, it's such a minimal change. I just don't know if it's going to be enough, or maybe it'll do worse now. I don't know. Just when you think it's figured out, oh, I wonder if I should have. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to blur that puppy out real quick, because I feel like that's too sharp. So distracting as it may be, here we go. I am actually, this is why it's hard to have 1 million copies of everything, because now I've got like 1 million copies that I need to change. That does make a big difference though. So that was worth it. Okay, so I'll save it there. And then change the size. And then save it. And actually the only change between this year and last year was a title change, and it did 1 point better. So, you know, they say, like, even when you get 100 is only 100 on that day. You know, but I would like to have that day. So I was irritated with myself. I started to say this earlier. I was irritated with myself last year because I entered all of these small competitions, state competitions, and smaller guilds all across the country, wanting that feedback, wanting to tweak and perfect. And by the time that it came to the, I'm gonna get rid of sensor dust while I'm talking. By the time it came to the competitions that I wanted really to see a good showing at, it wasn't about feedback, it was about winning. I was really sick of all of my images, and I told myself I would not do that again because it's kind of expensive to continue entering. And then it's frustrating because they never, no matter what, they never do as well as you want them to do. Because I don't even know what that would look like. But then when it came to my big competitions last year, I had the best year I've ever had by a long shot. I was a medalist in Photographic Open. I had 2 Grand Imaging Award nominations. And I had 3 Lone Images, 2 GIA nominations, a Photographic Open medalist case, and then the best I'd ever done in Master Artist because I haven't been entering that very long. And it was incredible. It was a red letter year. So here we are. And even though I promised myself I wasn't going to do it again, it worked. It accomplished what I wanted it to accomplish. So we're back. We're doing it again. And my images are not turning out as well. It's not that the images aren't as good or anything like that. Maybe they're not, whatever, that's subjective. But the scores are not what they were last year. So, this isn't the way to it. I guess we'll see how it ends up doing when it's all said and done. But right now it just feels frustrating more than anything. Okay, I'm trying to decide if I want to go this strong. I think I do. And I don't know why I didn't retouch this before. But I really like this kind of flow where her dress is kind of going this way and her hair is creating some movement, and she's got a beautiful expression. What I'm not sure about here is what kind of crop I want to consider. I don't want to crop that out. I don't want to go too low. So I'd rather add background everywhere else than crop that movement of the dress out. Let's see here. I'm just going to look at my So I went really panoramic almost with the similar image, and that did not sit well. Let me see about, and sometimes it takes, yeah, I do like that better though. Sometimes it takes a minute for our brains to adjust to the fact that we've been used to looking at this image from one perspective and then flip it. But to put it on the camera right rule of thirds, to put it on the intersection of the thirds is most aesthetically pleasing usually. If you put it on the camera left rule of thirds, it is a tension point, and depending on what your plan is for your image, that might be where you want to go. So I'm going to get rid of some of these stray hairs that are just distracting. I'm getting that. There we go. Okay, so now we'll go back to smaller. And okay, so I got that last one. Oh, you know what? I didn't check on oh, that competition deadline says 11 p.m. I'm pretty sure that it said, I'm going to check my email. So on printcompetition.com, it says 11 p.m. And of course, I'm going to err on the side of caution. Okay, deadline extended to 11 p.m. on Friday. Well, if I had known that, I would have maybe settled down a little bit. But you know what? Done is done, and I'm pleased. And you can even see the movement, the natural movement in her hair. So what I want to do is really play that up and make sure that I don't go overboard. I went way overboard. So here's where we started. Oh, I don't know that I want to take that. Maybe I went a little overboard there. I don't know, they might not like that. I like. Just kidding. Okay. Okay, I think that's a good balance. Because what I want to do here is just give her hair some motion, but I'm not going to go over it completely like I have at other times. Okay, definitely want to handle that in the back. So I'm gonna go into her face and make sure we highlight the light in there, because her eyes are definitely catching. Oh, they're gonna zing me for, okay. So in this near profile shot, you don't want the nose to break the plane of the face. So theoretically, it should be behind her cheek line. Now, let me see if I have any, like that is a true profile. So that one would fly because there's nothing but an eyelash over there. Hi, welcome. So there isn't really a story behind this shoot. This is just a super classic portrait. I'm finishing up my case for a competition that closes in an hour and 45 minutes. And this is just, I'm not sure which I want to use. This is another one from that shoot. I like that one better still, but I'm going to throw this one in there too. So, but I know they're not gonna like her nose breaking the plane of her cheek line. So maybe we check real quick and see what we want to do about that. Yeah, yes, this girl can work the camera. Oh, I didn't take very many of those. I know. For my competition images, I tend to go moody. Okay, you know what? We'll work with what we've got because we're on a time crunch here. But what I'm going to do first is work on her eye because her eye is catching light, but it's just not really showing up. So I'm going to go in here and go tiny. Thank you. So I'm just gonna bring some of that light into her eyes and try not to overdo it. And see, she's got little blonde eyelashes, so we're gonna have to darken the lashes so that they show up a little bit. And then I want to darken that little highlight too in her eye. So let's go 3. We'll go super tiny. Just don't want to steal away the attention from her. So what we might have to do is bring her cheek out and make it a little more apparent. It was just the angle that I happened to shoot it at. Okay, so let's see here. This might make a little work for me. In fact, I might bring in one of these where I can see her cheek even better. Let's see. I might just have to grab from down there. All right. So I want to, I think I already did that, just in case. And I'm gonna take, maybe double that. And just line those up. And give her, and that way we've got a place to go with this cheek line. So we'll work this a little bit because it's in there, we just can't see it. And then brighten it up just a tad. And then go really small. Ooh, that's not small enough. That last image I was working on was enormous, so all my brushes are bigger. Okay. And then we're preserving that little highlight. And then just gonna take a little tiny one. That's not little and tiny enough. So right now, all I have on this layer is the little cheek line. So just want a nice let's see, let's go down here. Because all this information is in there, it's just harder to see. And then, oh, where are we at here? I'm gonna burn just the corner of that so that it blends off. The light would be blocked a little. So what we need to do is just touch the nose back a little bit, so we're shifting that perspective so that the nose isn't breaking the plane of her face like that. And it's still her. I gotta watch that cheek, because then we'd have to bring that cheek back. Did I move the cheek? Let's see. A little bit, but not too bad. So what's going on? Okay, maybe I didn't move the cheek. I might have to move the cheek though. Well, I'm just very popular this morning. I don't want to change her face shape at all. I just want to bring out that cheek line. And I'm afraid I'm changing her face shape, so we might just have to go back to the drawing board here. Yeah, I don't want to change her face at all. Let's see. Oh, why didn't I just shift a little bit? This is so easily. Let's see what else we got. So I did one of these edits already. And I liked it. So I wonder if that's better suited. I really like the movement in this. See, why do I do this? I can't help myself. Let's just get rid of this whole scenario. I'm just wasting time now. Okay. Well, they'll just have to get over the broken plane. Maybe they won't notice. You know how many times I've said that to myself? I feel like it happens. It just has never happened with mine. It's funny because last year I was so sick of the images and I saw issue after issue with them that I felt like couldn't be corrected without a reshoot, that kind of thing. And then they did so well. Really pretty face here. But I still mentally critique them. You know, it's just conditioning, I guess. I love them. I can love stuff and see ways to improve it. So maybe it's not bad, but it's tiring. Okay, so I want to give a stronger lighting going on here. So I'm going to take a duplicate layer and then I'm going to darken it. And as always, we know that when we darken like that, we lose the color, we drain it a little. So I want to bump that back in before I even, oh, you know what? I actually kind of really like that dark. I think I'm going to leave it dark. I'm going to duplicate again. Do I want the face to stay dark like that? Let's see here. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so let's see where she's at. So that did not pay off last time. Maybe we'll just do something like that. We'll leave a little extra room camera left because that's the direction she's looking. So I'm going to dodge a little bit. This was all quicker than I expected. So I've got a little time now. And then I think I know one more change I'm going to go in and make. Then I'm going to go into her eyes and make sure we're highlighting her eyes and her eyelashes very nicely. Because, let's see here. So we want to dodge, I'm going to dodge first with it like tiny. Then go a little bit bigger, but a low opacity. And then burn. We've not burnt much in this image. sure. On my calibrated monitor, it's almost impossible to even tell what's going on there, but then when I look at my stream, then I can see. So it's the secrets to streaming, I guess. I really want to highlight the depth and the shadows and light. It's a little much though. Dodge out here. Maybe a little tiny bit bigger. Now, I really want to zoom in on the eyelashes and see if there's any information there, because I'm not seeing any over here, but I would love to find a little. Okay, so there I'm gonna kind of find that information. And let's just get like a little pencil. Just give the eyelashes a little touch of light on the tips. So that's before, that's after. Thank you. Thank you for joining. It's a whole different crowd in the morning. Okay, and I think I'm going to play around a little bit just with deepening these shadows again, because the last time I did it, I just kept the whole thing dark. I tend to go really dark for a competition. Okay, so we went dark enough again that the color was drained. So I'm gonna bump that back in just a little bit. And then we'll probably lower the opacity because I got a little, I went a little overboard there. Actually, I won't. I think we'll go ahead and leave that. I'm gonna flatten, and then I am gonna mess with the hair just a little bit. Just really accentuate highlights and smooth out any, I don't know, I really got zinged the last time for smoothing it out. And yeah, I don't think I will. It's one of those things that like you do once and really like, so then you go overboard and it becomes the blue period or the smudge period in this case. And I see a little smudging that got out of hand and I lost my clarity. There we go. Okay. So, go a little bit bigger. Okay. Do we have a name for this one? What should we name this one? Oh, I hate naming. I like naming when I come up with the name first and then develop a concept around it. I took that hair out and I feel like I like it in there, but I feel like also that they're going to be like, we don't. But it's in there anyway. All right, so I'm going to save this. I guess I'm going to save it as the name for now, or the number, because I don't know what to name it. What's the little poem about Monday's child? Let's see. Let's see if that'll... Whoops. Just give me a picture. Monday's child's fair of face. Tuesday's child full of grace. Wednesday's child full of woe, not of war. Thursday's child has far to go. That was me. I was born on Thursday. Friday's child is loving and giving. Saturday's child works hard for living. Do people know that? Do people know that? Like, so if I name this Monday's child, are they going to know what I'm talking about? We're going with it. How about Monday's child? I like that. It just takes one. Oh, thank you. It just takes one judge to point that out. Whoops, what did I do that for? See, I got all excited. Okay, and now I have to do presentation, which if you've watched me at all, you know that I am not good at it, and this is the weak link of my work. I don't want a huge mat on this. Maybe a little bigger than that though. I'm gonna go like maybe a, wrong one, like 17%. Feels like an odd number kind of day. All right. And I think I just want a nice, deep, simple, deeper than that. Yeah, I like that. And then we'll just do a stroke line too. Try to get fancy, and then they don't like that. And I just want 2 pixels, just barely. No, that's not quite enough. Let's just do 3. There. Okay. And then I need to resize it. So the long side, which is the width in this one, is 4,000. And then save it as a JPEG 10. Now I like this better than some of the ones that I already entered. Okay, so that was pretty quick. Hour 19 minutes. I wrapped up those last 2. Here is a last look at my case. And I need to rename that one. I'm going to do that right now. And judging is tomorrow. I know some people in the Twitch community are not fans of image competition judging. But I get so much from it, and hopefully I will get to sit down and watch some of the judging tomorrow for IPPG. You can watch it on printcompetition.com. And thank you so much for joining me, especially Friday morning. I know everybody's busy or whatever, but I really appreciate it. Follow me on here and subscribe on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram and hit me up, and I will follow you back. So thank you guys so much. Have an amazing day.
That's why you my mommy. Please.